Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honorable to my supervisors are Dr. Anda Syarifah Faradiba M.Hum and Sir Muhammad Tahir SPD MPD MED IWA, and honorable to my examiners are Prof. Dr. Haryanto MPD and Mem Amra Aryani SPD MPD. Thanks for the opportunity to give it to me, but to continue the next slide, the first, I wanna introduce myself. My name is Nur Ulfa Pratiwi, and for this video, I will explain the results of my research with title and analysis of speech errors on TEDx Talks YouTube channel. The next slide is table of contents. In table of contents, there are two chapters. The first is chapter 4 about findings and discussions, and the next chapter 5 about conclusions and suggestions. The next slide is problem statements. In this research, have two problem statements. There are first, how often do speakers commit speech errors in TEDx talks? To describe how often of each type of speech errors committed by speakers in TEDx talks. And the next problem statement is, what are the type of speech errors common that showed up in TEDx talks? To find out the types of speech errors that showed up in TEDx talks. Chapter 4. The first is about findings. Is findings. The data are described by using theory Clark and Clark, 1977. This theory is related to the speech errors. There are 890 species of data which are taken from the collection of 15 TEDx Talks YouTube channel YouTube videos. The 890 data are 24 utterances of silent pause, 587 utterances of filled pause, 161 utterances of repeats, 35 utterances of retrace full stars, 32 utterances of utterance unretraced full stars, 3 utterances of corrections, 12 utterances of stutters, 28 utterances of interjections, and 8 utterances of slips of the tongue. And these are the sample of the screenshot of the video from the 15 TEDx Talks YouTube channel videos. The next one is silent pause. There are 24 utterances of silent pause. In this sample, from the How to Turn Disability into Accomplishment by Anggiasari Puji Aryati at TEDx Melati Women. And the next is about filled pause. There are 587 utterances of filled pause in these results, and from the It's Okay to Be Different by Evani Jesslyn at TEDx Youth at SWA. And the next one is repeats. There are 161 utterances of repeats. And from the videos with the title Rediscovering Meaning of Life Through Frugal Living by Samuel Ray at TEDx ITS. The next one is Retrace Full Star. there are 35 utterances of retraced false start at with the title Being a Modern Royal Japanese Princess by Gusti Kanjeng Ratu Hayu at TDX Melati Woman. And the next is unretraced false start. There are 32 utterances of unretraced false start. The one from Comedy and Its Emotional Intelligence by Adriano Colby at TEDx ITS. And the next is about corrections. There are three utterances of corrections. One of them from the video with title The Powerful of Habit by Aidil Panandrang at TEDx Samvarna University. The next is from interjections. There are 28 utterances of interjections. The sample from with the title The Game of Life by Dia Ara at TEDx Jakarta. And the next is stutters. There are 12 utterances of stutters. One of them form the video with title Wireless Technology in the 1920 by Roni Pramaditya at TEDx Jakarta. And the next is slip of the tongue. There are 24 utterances of slip of the tongue. One of them from video with the title Fighting Fear More Than Just Climbing the Highest Peaks by Francisca Dimitri Inkiriwang at TEDx Unpar. After findings, in the next slide about discussions. From 15 videos, there were 890 utterances of speech errors. The researcher identified speech errors based on theory de Clark and Clark, 1977. There are into 9 types. The first is silent pause, filled pause, repeat, retraced false start, unretraced false start, corrections, interjections, stutters, and slip of the tongue. Among the 9 types of speech errors, the most common error speech appears from filled pause. There were 587 filled pauses found in 15 videos of TEDx Talks YouTube channel. And in this chapter 5, the first is about conclusions. The next is about conclusions. It can be implied that speech errors in 15 videos on TEDx Talks YouTube channel consist of several types of speech mistakes or speech errors made by the speakers, such as silent pause, filled pause, repeats, retraced false start, unretraced false starts, corrections, interjections, stutters, and slip of the tongue. The most common error is filled pause because of mistakes and because perhaps speakers have difficulty planning their speech by choosing the right words or ideas that fit the theme of the speech they are talking about. This situation shows that to speak perfectly in public is seen and heard by many people. It's not easy despite having done it many times. But even so, there is no give effect on the listeners because they can still understand the topic presented presented by the speakers, and listeners are also not bothered by the speech errors made by the speakers on the TEDx Talks YouTube channel. After the conclusions, the next is about suggestions. The next is suggestions. In the suggestions, this study only focuses on analyzing how often of each type of speech errors and the types of speech errors that are often made by public speakers from Indonesia, contained in the TEDx Talks YouTube channel. What makes this research different from other studies is that this study uses public speakers from Indonesia. Therefore, researchers suggest to other researchers who want to research and are interested in this topic of speech mistakes or speech errors, they can analyze the comparison of speech errors between native speakers or non-native speakers because, of course, both have different cultures and backgrounds or can comparison of speech errors between adults and children, women and men, and so on. Researchers also suggest to other researchers who are interested in these speech errors to be able to gain more knowledge about speech errors by using different theories and experts to get a lot of new information regarding speech errors. And that's all about my result of research with detail and analysis of speech errors on TEDx Talks YouTube channel. And thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.